Oh, masculine, you are so adorable sometimes. You know, I can see it in your eyes, even when you don't say a thing. The regret, the feelings of shame at what you see you've gotten yourself into, at all the ways that you see that you've tested me and I've passed, only to realize how much you then feel like an ass for even putting me through, having sabotaged yourself enough to feel you needed to test me in the first place. I know that while on the outside, you often put on a good front of being some kind of impenetrable Superman, though underneath that mask is a gentle man who is just sensitive enough that I know he is looking at what has happened and beating up on himself and looking ahead towards the future and feeling like there is no way that he could meet what he imagines might be Divine Feminine's expectations. Though the irony is, for as many expectations as I had, and even through my own journeys of entitlement through Dramaland, I have learned that I am much happier with many fewer expectations and as close to no entitlement as I can muster as a human being. I do know I have some things I am entitled to, and that there is no shame in them, and that it serves me and everyone else much better to simply stand in my power and never forget who I am again. Because really, that is where the greatest crime began, is when you forgot who I am. And worst of all, when I forgot who I was too. And now I see that happening with you. And I realize genuinely that that was the bigger problem, you see, before our separation. Before our union, even. You let others make you forget who you are. You gave them your power and let them convince you that you were weak and that you needed to put on an exhausting effort to forever appear to be stronger and stronger and stronger. And I know that you are now seeing, as the cosmos comes together to bring the karmic review of the year to all of us, that in your effort to appear so strong, you have actually made yourself appear weak enough that the vultures and leeches have been circling both overhead and all around you. And I know that you're starting to see that true strength is in vulnerability, including the vulnerability to release that which does not make your heart smile and does not make others' hearts smile. And all the while, appreciating yourself for both the good parts you played and the bad. And so, dear masculine, while I know that right now you are sad and you are questioning all the regrets you feel you have, the choices you made, should you have gone or stayed, should you stay or go now, and how do you become the man you really know that you are who is ironically the man that Divine Feminine has been telling you that you are this whole time. How do you feel like you've paid penance for your crimes? How do you figure out how to do all the things that you think that I need and that others need and that you need in order to feel like masculine? And I also know it was an interesting lesson. Came right down from heaven, right to me, that all I need to do to help you learn to see the beautiful you in you is to have faith that you will. To know that Spirit will guide you, your allies will guide you, and that every day you become more and more the lordly lion with the cuddly cub inside that you've always enjoyed being. You know, that guy. And if and when there are times that I need to act, that Spirit will pretty much take my hand. And I don't have to constantly be preparing for the worst case scenario, which is funny, isn't it? How many times I called you out on doing that same thing, only to see the reflection in me. And that's one of the many reasons, dear masculine, that I do not hold any expectations of you. I know I set a great many. And I know the irony in you shouting to the rooftops about all the inconsistencies that you're seeing among everybody. That you are learning where I was. That you have been walking about 10,000 miles in my shoes. And that this karmic review is showing you that the lesson, in large part, was to see how you had been treating me. Funny enough, the real lesson beneath that is to see how you've been treating you. And now, my dear masculine, the next part of those same two great lessons is to start to believe in you. And to know that, for better or for worse, there ain't nothing you can do to convince me that you are not truly a divine masculine, who knows wrong from right, who isn't so scared of everything that he has to act so mighty, and whom is truly an emperor when he stands in his power, where he does not need to yell or make others cower. He simply needs to say, this is the way I will be doing it, and it is being done. And recognize that no is a complete sentence, and so is yes. A masculine who looks at his past and says, gee, I have been an ass. Who can laugh at himself and recognize growth in everyone around him and give grace within and without. And who can recognize that I, as Divine Feminine, have no need or use for expectations and have learned to appreciate the contrast that is made available by her masculine, who has learned to value the flaws and even the bad habits that we call flaws, that we could very well shed off. Those are fine too. I have no expectations of you, dear masculine, except that I know that you are always becoming you, a true divine masculine, through and through.